Hello and greetings to everyone. We are to correct the following exercise for application. Question 1. Given the statements P. All cars are fast. Q. Fast cars consume a lot of fuel. Write down the following statements in words. For A, we have Q implies P. The converse. Text solution. Question 1. E. Q implying P. It gives us a statement: if fast cars consume a lot, then all cars are fast. That's what it means. We go to B. For B, we have a not P implying not Q, which is the inverse. It simply means if some cars are fast, that means not all the cars are fast, then fast cars do not consume a lot of fuel. If some cars are fast, then fast cars do not consume a lot of fuel. That is the inverse. We go to C, which is a contrapositive, not Q implying not P. The statement is simply if fast cars do not consume a lot of fuel, then some cars are fast. This is a contrapositive of the two statements. We move now to question 2. Question 2 says draw truth tables for the following statements. For A, we have not P or Q implying P and not Q. E. We need a column for the statement P, column for the statement Q, a column for the statement not P, column for the statement not Q, column for the statement not P or Q, a column for the statement P and not Q, and lastly a column for the statement not P or Q implying P and not Q. And this is how we construct the truth table. Now we have to fill the truth table with the truth values: true, 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 false, false, true, and lastly false, false. For not P, we have a false, false, true, true. For not Q, we have false, true, false, true. Not P or Q, not P or Q. False or true gives us true. False or false gives us false. True or true gives us true. True or false gives us true. The next, P and not Q. True, false gives us true. True, true gives true. False, false gives false. False, true gives true. The next, not P or Q implies P and not Q. This implying this. True, true gives us true. False, true. The hypothesis is false. The conclusion is true. Gives false. True, false gives true. True, true gives true. This is a truth table for not P or Q, implying P and not Q. We move now to question B. We have negation of P implying Q or not P implying Q. Such. We have to draw the truth table. First column, we have the statement P. For the second, we have the statement Q. Third, we have the statement P implying Q. The fourth, we have the statement the negation of P implying Q. Next, we have a statement P implying Q or the negation of P implying Q. And lastly, we have the negation of P implying Q or the negation of P implying Q as such. We are to fill the truth table: true, 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 false, false, true, false, false. P implying Q, true, true, true implies true, true implies false is true, false implying true is false, false implying false is true. We take the negation of this. True, the negation of true is false, negation of true false, negation of false true, negation of true false. Next, we are going to take P implying Q or the negation of P implying Q. True, false gives us true, since it is all. True, false is true. False or true gives true. True or false gives true. Next, we have to take the negation of this. The negation of true gives us false. The negation of true, false. Negation of true, false. Lastly, the negation of true, false. And this will give us false, 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 false. We are done with B. We move now to C. For C, we have P and Q and R. If and only if P or Q implies Q and R. First column, we have the statement P. Second, we have Q. Next, we have R. We have P and Q and R. Next, we have P or Q. Next, we have Q and R. Next, we have P or Q implying Q and R. And lastly, we have P and Q and R if and only if P or Q implies Q and R. Next, we have to fill the truth table. True, 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 false, true, false, true, false, true, true, false, false, true. Next, we have false, true, false. We have true, false, false, and lastly, false, false, false. P and Q and R, true, true, true. That means true. True and false gives us false. True and false and true gives us false, because one of them is false. False and true gives false. False and true gives false. False and false gives false. True and false gives false. False and false gives us false. We go now to P or Q. P or Q. True gives us true. True, false, true, false, true, false, false, true, false, true, false gives false. We move now to next, Q and R. True and true gives true. True and false gives us false. False and true gives false. True and true gives true. False and true gives false. True and false gives false. False and false gives false. False and false gives false. We move now to P or Q, implying Q and R. This implying this. True implies true is true. True implies false is true. True implies false is true. True implying true is true. False implying false is true. True implying false is true. True implying false is true. And lastly, false implying false is true. Next, we take P and Q and R if and only if P or Q implying Q and R. This, if and only if this. True, the biconditional statement is true. Remember, the biconditional statement is true when the two statements have the same truth value. True gives true. False true gives false. Truth values are different. False true gives false. 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 And lastly, false true gives false. We are done with the truth table for C, which is P and Q and R, if and only if P or Q implies Q and arrow. This is how we draw truth tables for logical statements. If in case you have any doubts or any worries, feel free to drop your questions at the comment section. Please, if you like the video, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for watching.